What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Trex, the sports junkie. I want to say something else. Grab my ladder. Where is it at? Get my ladder to the stage because Yvonne and C, your boy is climbing. What up, C? I'm gonna start with you, bro. What up, man?
Wow, what's the deal, man? Your boy, Mr. C, the trendsetter, aka the whole damn show. I'm here so we can begin, bro. It's on. Good weekend in sports, man. I'm still screaming, who that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, who that? Who that? Hey, Mr. Box Office, I don't know if you caught it, but the Saints won. Oh!
The reason, it's like y'all don't understand, man. The reason I get on y'all so much is because y'all are delusional. If y'all weren't delusional, I swear I would not bother y'all. And then the Saints win their second game. Y'all are acting like it's 2009. And what do? Y'all go back to delusional X and C. Oh, maybe we were wrong about Tyler Shuck. Boy, stop, bro. Stop. There's a reason why he's 31 years old entering the NFL.
That's my quarterback.
And of course, y'all had to pick LSU because y'all are delusional. And then what do? Y'all don't even score a touchdown. So what I did tonight to celebrate, I was thinking, what am I going to eat? And I was like,
you're going to take that
the show's tonight. And guess what I got tonight? Louisiana Popeyes, because I'm eating y'all boys up tonight. I just crushed a whole spicy chicken sandwich. And yeah, man, Louisiana sports is in a recession. The Pelicans coach is about to get fired. LSU doesn't even have a coach. The Saints don't have a quarterback. What else is new? The Pistons are number one in the East. The Colts are number one in the AFC, and Texas is ranked above LSU. It's a great time to get on this sports show. Let's get it on. Woo-hoo!
This dude is ridiculous, bro.
The Saints
the Saints won. Watch your mouth. You see the background forever. Forever LSU, man. You know the type of vibes we got, bro. But with that being said, let's get to this college stuff, bro. What's up? What's up, Box?
Oh, we're starting off with college? Okay, my bad.
Well, let's start off with those LSU Tigers. Not a good weekend for them. We're going to cover them. We're going to cover probably the college football rankings. But first, let's start off with our winners and losers for this past weekend.
You want to go first or you want me to go first, see?
You go first.
All right. My loser, bro, I got to say it, see, is Gary Nussmeier, bro. I just got to be real. I got to be real about the situation, bro. Going into the season, I didn't have him as the number one quarterback, even though I'm an LSU fan, alum, and all that good stuff. At the end of the day, though, most people had him going in the first round. You heard the comparisons to the Baker Mayfields of the world. He can make all the throws. Bruh, he got benched this past week. It's been a terrible year as far as what we thought going into the season. After we beat Clemson in week one, we're like, oh, we beat Clemson, we're good. And now Garrett Nussmeier went from being, I think we'd all agree, a surefire first rounder going into the season. With people, the perception around him was a first rounder in the NFL draft. Bruh. So dare I say not even in the first 3 rounds?
I said that on the show a couple weeks ago.
I'm just being real. Like, it's bad, bro. And I granted, he may be injured. And I understand all that. And that might get him back up in the top 3 rounds. I don't know if he has a great pro day. But right now, bro, that it doesn't look good, man. I have to be honest. You can go a lot of ways as far as team success, as far as your winners and losers. But I'm just thinking about how far, not only him, but the 3 guys, I would say, Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik, those 3 guys, I think that for the most part, I know we all picked one of those teams or them players to win the national championship. And a lot of people thought they would be the top 3 guys going into the draft. And those 3 guys, bro, they may not get drafted in the first 3 rounds. It's bad, bro. But Nussma, I think it hurts a little different because I'm an LSU fan. So I'm going to say they're my biggest losers. And my biggest winners, I'm going to say Indiana. Indiana, bro. Hey, people can sit here and say, oh, they just beat Penn State. But, bro, they went into Happy Valley. They were down in that game. Like, literally, everything had to go right on that final drive for them to win that game. Had they lost that game, you know what everybody would have came out and started saying? Oh, that's the frauds that we knew that they were. They're frauds. They're this, they're that. They can't even beat Penn State without Drew Allen and James Franklin. They're not a real contender. It could have been bad for Indiana had they lost that game. And somehow, some way, Mendoza and company, they get it done. So I'm going to say because they won that game, and now they don't have to worry about people saying they're frauds, I'm going to give them Nate Flowers. So I got Indiana as my biggest winner because their playoffs hopes are still there.
All right. We were just talking about how much I was teaching you, bro. I see that you're learning, bro. The biggest winner is Indiana for the exact reason that you said, bro. Look, because I'm flipping through games, and I'm looking at my sheet. I have Indiana on my parlay, of course. Of course, I had Indiana over Penn State on my parlay. So I'm looking at, and I saw that they were losing. I said, what? I flipped onto the channel. I started watching it. I was like, what are they doing? And they just was not being effective at all. And it was very surprising because of how they played all year. I expected them to go out there and dominate Penn State. I don't care nothing about it being in Happy Valley. Penn State is garbage this year. And we're gonna give Indiana their props. They're an elite team this year. They are elite. It's the difference between being good and being elite, and they have been elite this year. And I expect them to go into Penn State, take them to behind the woodshed and beat the brakes off of them. But one thing about this Indiana win, they showed that they can persevere and win in a bad situation. Even if they put themselves in a bad situation, they showed that they can win in it. So I actually think this is a good game for them to see to see that they can win in different ways. They can actually come back and win when they're down at the end, winning the last drive with an amazing catch. I mean, shout out to them. They did the damn thing. So big congratulations to them. And for my loser, LSU sports.
Come on, man. Come on.
I just got to be honest, bro. Now, going into this game, I picked LSU, of course, and I did believe they had a chance to win. I believe that they still have a good team. They had enough team. They matched up well with Alabama, and it came down to coaching. And what I said was, after something like that happens, after a team loses their coach, either they rally or they fold, especially if they have a big game like this coming up next. And the interim coach, Frank Wilson, everybody on the team loves him. So I thought that he'd have them so ready. He'd have them so ready, and they'd be ready to play for him so much that he would be trying to make a play at getting his permanent head coaching job. And had he beat Alabama, I believe he had a chance to get it. But after losing to Alabama, I don't care if he wins the remainder of the games. He's not getting that job. And outside of him, Nuss looked terrible. You were right. Nuss has looked terrible this year. And I kind of blame I blame Kelly and was it Frank Wilson? Not Frank Wilson. Who's our coordinator? Offensive coordinator they fired? Sloan. I blame Sloan and Kelly because he looked shell shocked, bro. He looked shell shocked. And the only time he looked like himself this whole year, and it wasn't because he was like doing great, it was just because he was looking like himself, trying to play like he played all last year, was the first half against Clemson when he was slinging the ball downfield, trying to make something happen, trying to hit those great receivers. And he couldn't do it. They weren't doing it. It wasn't landing. But in the second half, he just started. They dumbed down the game plan and started dinking and dunking, and they were able to move the football. And he's been doing it ever since. I think he's shell shocked. He didn't remember how to even push the ball downfield like he could last year. And I remember how he looked coming in the second half of that Texas A&M game last year, and that worried me. I was like, oh man. I said, bro, this dude is shot. I knew we had lost him for the rest of the season last year after the second half at Texas A&M, and he's looked like that all season, pretty much all season. And I don't know how this happened, and I think that I think it may be over for him, bro. We talk about him not being drafted in the first 3 rounds. Nuss might not get drafted, bro. Nuss might not get drafted. He has all the tools. It's only chance he has is somebody looking at him and saying he has all the tools, and I'm good enough a coach to fix him. And I don't know if me as a coach, if somebody, I think he psychologically has been taken out of the game. I don't know if I can. As a coach, I wouldn't want a player that I feel isn't mentally tough enough to continue playing this game, to be shaken like he is. He's shaken to his very core. And also, when I say LSU athletics as a whole, I mean the lawsuits and stuff going on with Brian Kelly right now.
He's loving this right now. He's not smiling, but I know he's loving
it. This is a whole bunch of nonsense, bro. And we're too good of an institution to even be going through this. Look, man, here's the thing, bro. You fired him, pay him the damn money. Let's go. Move on to the next person, bro. All of this trying to save money and all that, we shouldn't even be going through all that, man. Pay him. That's what happens when you fire a coach in the middle of his of a 10-year contract, bro. You have to pay him. It's simple as that. Pay him. Let's keep on going. Y'all making us look stupid down here, and giving people like box office stuff to say. And like I said, I'll wrap it up by saying this: I blame all this shit on Trump. Everything. Everything that we doing, our dumb governor, he wants to be like Trump so bad. He loves Trump so bad, and he's controlling what's going on at LSU now for no reason. But I will say this: shout out to the UL Raging Cajuns. They won this week.
Go ahead,
all right. Well, Trump was president when you predicted them to win the national title. So don't blame Trump now.
Yeah,
he is not to blame. He is not to blame because you thought the Nussbus was the best quarterback returning in the SEC. He has not.
Ludwig was the best quarterback. You thought Sellers was the best quarterback returning in the SEC.
He has not been the best returning quarterback in the SEC. In fact, my quarterback's been better, and he's been in college way less. But
you said
my winner is Oregon. Okay,
they escaped.
I'm not a Dante Moore guy yet. Like I believe in his potential, but he hasn't shown me anything yet. And I do think I've seen some mock drafts having Dante Moore in the first round. That fool needs to come back to school. He
Yeah.
is not ready for the NFL.
Mm.
So I hope he's smart and he comes back to Oregon next year. But he didn't have the best game. He didn't throw a touchdown. He had an interception, and he had a lot of receivers down as well. But when he needed to have a clutch gene, he stepped up. Man, I was the only one that picked Iowa in this game, and I thought I had it. And I'm sitting there on the last drive. I'm like, come on, Hawkeyes. One stop.
Ready to talk crazy to us. I know.
Hey, I was ready to text, hey, how about that Iowa win? But, bruh, look, Dante Moore showed me something there. He stepped up, he made clutch throws, and he got him in field goal range, and that kicker saved him. He had 3 field goals in that game.
Yeah.
He was great. So shout out to Oregon because I thought it was a scary game, and it was. And they pulled it out. And now, rest of the way, Oregon has, let me see, they've got Minnesota, USC, and Washington. They're going to be favored in every game. They're not going to be easy games, but they should win out. So big win for Oregon, in my opinion.
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
My loser is Virginia. Virginia lost to Wake Forest. Now, the good thing is they're still second in the ACC. So if the ACC title game started today, they would be in it. But come on, they actually have I'm not going to say, I don't know what the right word is, but an uneasy rest of the schedule. You know, they go to Duke, which, you know, on the road, anything can happen. But then they play Virginia Tech, which is a rivalry game, and anything can happen in that game. So I thought Virginia, man, their 2 losses this year were Wake Forest and NC State. Like, these are games you got to win. And now they basically have to win out and win the ACC title game if they make it to make the playoff. Because if they lose the ACC title game, they're not getting in with 3 losses. So, and they might not even get in the ACC title game if they lose before that.
Right.
So I thought Virginia fumbled what's been a great year so far, a surprising year for them. So they're my losers this week. And that game was in Charlottesville. They were at home. So Virginia's my loser. Oregon's my winner.
Okay. I knew you was gonna go Oregon. That's why I stayed away from the Oregon game as far as the winners. Just because you had picked Iowa, so I figured you would go that route. I didn't know where SC was gonna go with it because I always try to guess what y'all gonna do. So I always number my stuff on how y'all do it so we can have different picks. But I knew he was gonna say Oregon. But I do agree with you. Oregon is another team, bro. They're right there on the cusp of making the playoffs, but a lot of people view them as fraudulent since they got blown out by Indiana, and now they haven't really beaten anybody. Had they lost to Iowa, Lord, yep. I could hear people see, I knew them boys was fraudulent.
Nah, man, they'd have lost the Iowa, bro. The way the polls have been moving this year, they would have dropped out the top 25.
I don't think they dropped that far, but they would have dropped out for sure for top 10.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to speaking of the top 25. Any problems or any things you like about the latest playoff rankings? We know that it's going to change, but as of right now.
I just want to say this, and me and Box Office was talking about it. I don't quite understand Vanderbilt being at 14 on the playoff rankings and the AP poll at 13. That one makes I guess a little bit more sense to me. But I'll use the rankings. They have Utah in front of Vanderbilt. And I don't understand how, because Utah's 2 losses are to Texas Tech and BYU, which I understand that. The 2 really good teams. But Vanderbilt's 2 losses to Alabama and Texas, who are both top 10 teams. And I just think to myself, Vanderbilt lost to Texas. Yes, I know people can say, oh, Eggs, the game was a lot, it was a big widespread, more so than what the end final score was. But they lost to Texas by 3 points on the road. And the Alabama game, I don't know, I know y'all watched it, but everybody tuned in. That game was a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. Alabama pulled away, but it wasn't that was it was tied at halftime. In the third quarter, Alabama had 6 points. And then in the fourth quarter, they kind of pulled away. But I just think I say Vanderbilt, bro. You think that Texas is better than BYU because you voted Texas above BYU. So you think Texas is better than BYU. I'm just saying to the committee. And Alabama is in front of Texas Tech. So if you got those two teams in front of the two teams that Utah lost to, then why is Vanderbilt not ranked above Utah? That's just, and I know I'm picking, I mean, at the end of the day, all of this is going to play out the way it's supposed to. I just think Vanderbilt's a much better team than they're giving Vanderbilt credit for.
I don't know. When I look at it, the only thing kind of pisses me off is just Notre Dame, bro.
Always goes back to Notre Dame.
I just don't think it's fair, bro. It's not fair, bro. It's not fair, man. Not only do they make the playoffs, get to make the playoffs every year, they're going to get a higher seed than everybody simply because they're not in the conference. And, I mean, BYU has a better record than them. I guess that's the Georgia Tech has a better record than them. And the way they've been playing this year, I would take Georgia Tech if they had to play Notre Dame today.
You would take Tech over Notre Dame. Wow.
I love Notre Dame's run game, but I would take Tech over them. I think overall as a team, I would take them. Surprisingly enough, I would take Miami. And if they had to play them again, I would take Miami over Notre Dame. And like I said, it's just some of those things. That's the only thing I can see. Hell, I take Texas over Notre Dame. They got Texas behind them. Like I said, it's just a lot of them. It's a lot of things that I could just look over. I would take Notre Dame probably over Oklahoma. Notre Dame over BYU, yeah. But hell, I take Vanderbilt over them. I don't know, bro. Like I said, I look at Notre Dame and I think I don't like the way they sneaking in every year, bro. That's just me. I know it sounds like I hate Notre Dame. I don't. I used to actually be a Notre Dame fan. Like they were probably like my second or third favorite team in college football when I was growing up. But nah, man, I don't like the way I blame that more on college football than them though.
So you say it's cap. They're not the best 2-loss team.
Hell no, they're not the best 2-loss team.
I'll put your hand down. I'll go hand down. Y'all lost to Florida. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all claiming to be the best 2-loss team.
I got Vandy over.
I disagree. I think I think Notre Dame is the best 2-loss team. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Nah, man.
I do. If all the 2-loss teams played on a neutral field, I'd take Notre Dame to beat them. I would.
All right,
unless Arch, because the Texas is talented. They're kind of like LSU. He's right about that. A couple of weeks ago, he said that if Arch can play better, then of course Texas will be much better. It's just, bro, Arch has so much more development that he needs.
He played well last 2 weeks, though.
He did.
He played well late.
Hey, I mean, I'll take it as long as he's getting better. And he is.
Yeah, he's getting better. But like I said, I think the expectation is way too high on him this year. And is that his fault? Not really, but
comes with the last name.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. All right, so obviously we're picking and choosing here because it's never going to be perfect.
Right.
Like Miami beat Notre Dame. They both have 2 losses, and Notre Dame is ranked ahead of them. Because right now Notre Dame's just in better form. That early losses just they don't matter as much later. It just is what it is. So I'm picking and choosing. I'm being picky here when I say these things. Couple issues. Vandy is ranked ahead of Miami right now. Vandy has beaten 0 ranked teams currently. Miami's beaten 2. Miami's beaten a current top 10 team. Vandy hasn't. One of Miami's losses is in overtime. Vandy just got taken to overtime by 4-6 Auburn.
That's true. That is true.
Like technically, if we're going by it, Miami should be above Vanderbilt, but Vandy, Miami has the latest bad loss, I guess you could say. Another, and I like these two programs I'm about to mention, but Iowa and Tennessee should not be ranked. They've beaten nobody. Like, go through those two teams' schedules. Those two teams have not beaten anybody. And like I said, we're just being picky here. So SMU beat Miami. They have the same amount of losses as Tennessee and Iowa. Why are they not ranked?
I think to answer your question real quick though, I think that when you look at a team like Vanderbilt, you got to look at like they're playing the SEC, and the SEC is a tough conference to play in. I think you put SMU in the SEC, SMU is struggling. Like they're struggling to breathe in the SEC, and I think that's why where the voters go. And Miami, I have no issue with Miami being above them because Miami does have the win against Notre Dame. But I just think Vanderbilt beating teams like South Carolina, LSU, and I know LSU has 4 losses, and I know South Carolina hasn't been what you thought they were going to be. But I think if you put those teams on a neutral field right now, LSU, even LSU, as bad as they've been, I think they would beat a lot of these teams that they have ranked at the bottom top 25 for sure.
Well, you thought they'd beat Alabama, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think from top to bottom this year, I'm not just saying, I know you're going to say I'm being a homer. I think the SEC top to bottom is the best conference in football this year. I kind of got on you. I was kind of with you. I was like, the Big Ten has caught them. But I think top to bottom, I'm talking about from the top to the bottom, I think that's the best conference in football. I think.
Well, that's why I don't trip over that Texas loss against Florida.
Right. Florida's not a bad team. I agree. I can't give you a hard time, but I think Florida would beat a lot of these teams at the bottom. Like Texas went into overtime with Mississippi State and Kentucky. Like that's how it goes in the conference. I'm getting on Iowa not beating anybody, but because they're in the Big Ten, that's why they're ranked. Right. Because they have 2 close losses to Oregon and Indiana. Right. So, I guess, close losses isn't a resume builder, but the thing is, I mean, it is fact. So I'm just being picky here, but I want you to look ahead real quick. Imagine how crazy this is going to look if we're looking at the rankings you're looking at right now, and Texas beats Georgia, and then let's say Oklahoma upsets Alabama. Like this is it's going to be wild. And then what would be even crazier is if Texas also beat A&M. So then that means A&M would end the regular season with 1 loss and miss out on the SEC title game because Texas would get ahead of them, assuming Alabama wins out. Right. So it's like, imagine A&M, you have basically nearly a perfect season. You lose to your rival in the end, and you miss out on the SEC title game. And because of that, you might have a month off until your first playoff game. Right. I think the undefeated teams, as of today, are a lock to make the playoffs. I mean, there is obviously, if they not just say stumble to Texas or Ohio State lose to Michigan. I'm talking about they'd have to completely just have a meltdown these last few weeks because Alabama's not undefeated. Alabama's one of the top 3 teams. Oh, okay, yeah. I think we all agree that those teams are in. Yeah, I thought Indiana. That's why I said Indiana was my winner because I thought that they survived a situation where people would have been like, "Oh, you see, that's Indiana right there for you." And then Iowa would have beat Oregon. Oh God, they would have been killing Indiana behind that win. So I think Indiana, they're in a good predicament. Texas A&M's in a good predicament. So Ohio State, I mean, there's no scenario I could even dream of that Ohio State don't make the playoffs.
Well, I can. What if Ohio State lost back-to-back weeks against Michigan and Indiana?
I think they still get in.
Probably, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they get in. I do. Because you're gonna fault them for losing to if Indiana wins out and they beat Ohio State in the the Big Ten championship game. You're saying they lost to the number one team in the country,
but also lost to Michigan.
But Michigan's ranked 18 right now. Like it ain't
Yeah,
like
I'm not taking that
two losses.
Yeah, but okay, but you're looking at 2 losses. If Ohio State was to lose those 2 games, I don't see them dropping behind on Oklahoma. Like I'm just being real. Like
what if Oklahoma beats Alabama?
Well, then that's different. But then
that's what I'm saying. A lot can happen, but I mean I would still think they would put Ohio State in.
I do. I think Ohio State's a lock. I do. I think they're
and none of us think that they're going to lose both of those games, anyways.
As of right now, they say Oklahoma is the first team out of the college football playoffs.
Right.
Right. But they have a shot here. If they beat Alabama,
Yeah.
Then I beat the tie. Respectfully to all the Sooner fans out there, I hope, but then I beat the tie.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's do a quick Heisman topic here. Give me your top 3 Heisman candidates as of right now.
Okay, so me and Box Office was talking about this off air. And of course, there's a lot of games to be played left. So I'm going to start with number 3, which is Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's 21 touchdowns, 1 interception this year. And I just think the game against Georgia, that's the one that I'm really focused on because I thought that he played such a big part in that Georgia win. So I'm going to give Ty Simpson number 3. I didn't think he looked great against LSU. I thought he missed a lot of passes this past week. So for me, I'm going to put him at 3. At number 2, I'm only putting this guy at number 2, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to go out on a limb. This guy's going to win the Heisman Trophy award. I got Diego Pavia. I'm looking at his stats, bro. He's basically got over 3,000 total yards. He has 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, 166.8 rating. Bruh, it's Vanderbilt. Like, that's how I'm viewing it. It's Vanderbilt. He's doing this at Vanderbilt. And I do think if he beats Tennessee, and a lot of things got to happen, they can find themselves in the playoffs. So I'm going to say Pavia is number 2 just because Pavia has this electricity around his name. And I feel like if you put him on Indiana, and I know you can't do these things, but I do them in my head. If you put him on Indiana or you put him on Alabama, I think Alabama would be better with Pavia than they are with Ty Simpson. That's just the way I view it. And shout out to Ty Simpson. There's no doubt to him. I'm just saying. And then number 1, I got to go Mendoza just because of the last week's performance. But he has crazy stats, too. He's 26-5 as far as touchdown to interception ratio. He's number 2 in passing yards this year. He has 5 touchdowns rushing, 71.3 completion percentage, 178.5 rating. Bruh, and he has that moment. You're going to remember that moment. When you think about this season, if Indiana goes on to win or they get to the national championship game, you're going to remember the game against Penn State, the last drive. I think that moment. But I will say, before y'all go, Marcel Reed, he has a chance to catch him. He's not in my top 3 today, but he has a chance to catch him because he does have moments. But I just think he needs that signature moment to put him in the top 3. The other 3 guys to me have moments throughout the season that I kind of like edge them over Marcel Reed. And Julian said, I mentioned to the Box Office, he's having a crazy year. But I just don't think he's the best player on Ohio State's team. I don't think he's the reason why Ohio State's winning.
All right. I'm gonna do it. Number 3, I got Marcel Reed. I'm gonna put $1 on him. He's plus 850 in the odds right now. So I'm gonna put $1 on him, maybe 10. See if I can hit. He's had a great year, bro. That Texas A&M squad is nothing without him. Nowhere close to it. And they're undefeated, and they look like a juggernaut because of him, man. So the way he's playing football, he's even making the throws. He's not just doing it with his leg. He's making throws. He looks like a great quarterback right now. So I got him going number 3. Number 2, a lot of y'all might think I'm crazy for this. Fernando Mendoza.
Wow.
I got Mendoza number 2, man. Mendoza, great numbers. He has the moment, like you said. I think he's the sexy pick to have right now at number 1, but he's my number 2 because number 1, seen it with my own eyes, even though it was on TV. Mr. Pavia, bro. That boy is a dog. If I could draft him right now, I would, bro. If I could draft Mr. Pavia, hell yeah, bro.
You are, Ray. You are, boy.
Bro, he got that it factor, man. He's a winner. He wants to win. He has Vanderbilt. And what they 8-2?
8-2.
Bruh, they're in every game, even the games they've lost. Vanderbilt, it's like they don't have anything there but him. And he has those boys playing out their mind. That's what, if your team is needing somebody who they can believe in, that's going to take them into to lead. He's a leader of men, as they say. And I think that if you look at him, you put him on, like you said, you put him on either one of these other teams, I think they're better off with him than they are with the quarterback they have. Probably outside of Marcel Reed. I think he's a perfect quarterback for that team. But you put Diego Pavia on Indiana. Bro, I think they're a better team. I think they're probably unstoppable. Put him on Ohio State. Oh my God. Bro, it would be crazy. But like I said, that's do I think he's going to win it? Unless Fernando Mendoza them lose handily. Who they have to play next?
Indiana?
Yeah.
I think it's some bums. Let me see. Indiana plays Wisconsin.
Okay, no. That next week, who they have to play the big game?
Purdue, and then they have Ohio State.
Ohio State. Unless they get their backs blown out by Ohio State. And
that would be in a Big Ten title game.
Yeah. So unless that happens, Mendoza will probably run away with it. But who I think really deserves it is Pavia.
Okay. Mine's not far off. I'm gonna go number 3, Marcel Reed. He's having a great year. Doesn't have a loss like the other guys. Besides Mendoza, he hasn't lost like Pavia and Ty Simpson have. And he's still got a lot of moments possibly left. He's still got Texas, and he's also still got possibly the SEC title game. So Marcel Reed to me is right there and could only up his stock. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Diego Pavia. I think he's having a great year, and y'all might be right. Maybe these teams are better if they had him, because I see what y'all are seeing. I mean, he's carrying Vanderbilt. Even this Auburn game, he had 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and they barely won.
Over 100 yards rushing too in that game. Over 300 yards passing.
They have nothing else on Vanderbilt but him, bro.
That tight end Eli Stowers is very solid, though, I will say. But yes, I agree. And then number one, I'm gonna go with Fernando Mendoza because they're undefeated, because it is Indiana. He does have the better coach, but still, like it's not easy winning. They're number one in the Big Ten, tied with Ohio State right now. That is very impressive. He's gonna have another moment, possibly too. Imagine they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten title game. Bro, if they win the Big Ten and they beat Ohio State, people are, I mean, they're going to be one of the top three Vegas odd favorites to win the national title. Something I never thought I'd say in my lifetime about Indiana football. And by the way, is there any other state having a better year in football than Indiana?
Oh, God. Here he goes. Here he goes.
No. Okay.
Notre Dame. We know.
The Colts, Notre Dame, and Indiana. Bro, those Hoosier people, they're having a year. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Mendoza because
they deserve it.
I'm gonna go with Mendoza. They're undefeated. Julian Sand, bro, he's not the best player on his team. Okay, no disrespect to him, but he's not the best player on his team.
Yeah.
And by the way, can we say Jeremiah Smith has taken a whole nother level from Ryan Williams? Yeah. Like they look like they're on two different planets.
Yeah, Ryan Williams, you almost forget he exists.
He's too inconsistent. But yeah, I'm gonna go Reed, Pavia, and Mendoza if you ask me. But a lot of big games for all three of these guys left. All right, with that said, let's go to our picks. And to tell you this.
Get my ladder, see.
All right, here are the standings. X, you are climbing, but you're still last.
Because I keep copying my picks.
Hey, we've picked 85 games.
Wow.
And X, you're 43-32. Myself, C, and Jasper tied at 45-30.
2 games back, see.
And Antonio is a 2-game lead at 47-28.
I was like double-digit back.
Maybe you should stop picking LSU. You'd be better.
Hey, watch your mouth.
All right.
Antonio's up 2 on me? I thought he's up 1.
Nah, he was up 1 last week, but he had a better week.
Yeah, you struggled last
week. I still was in the lead last week.
No. Antonio took it last week. He was up 1 last week.
I don't know.
He caught you. I do have the screenshots in the chat if you want to check, though. But regardless, let's move on. We got a Friday night game. Clemson at Louisville. And Jasper and Antonio have Clemson.
Oh, man. Louisville's coming off a loss to this past week? They lost to somebody. I can't think who they played.
Let me check. They did lose to somebody, and we all didn't see it coming.
Cal.
Yeah, it was overtime. Yeah.
It's at Louisville, huh?
Yep.
See, I don't want to pick Louisville just because I'm down. I want to pick them because I really think that they're at home. They did beat Miami. Give me Louisville. Louisville will probably win a game like this and lose to a team like Cal. Yeah, I got Louisville. Then I got to sleep on Clemson, even though Clemson hasn't been good this year. They'll put that final dagger in Clemson's year. Yeah, give me Louisville at home.
By the way, see, I'm looking at the standings last week. You and Antonio were tied, but Antonio got you by 2 games this week because you had BYU, he had Texas Tech, and you had LSU, he had Bama. That's the 2 games he got you.
Y'all should have listened to me with Tulane. I told you they were going to beat
And the rest of the games you and Antonio agreed on. So I'm looking at it right now. So, yeah, that's right.
Pick Tulane over Memphis. I told you.
Who you got, Steve? We got Clemson at Louisville. X got Louisville, Jasper, and Antonio got Clemson.
Um, hmm. I got Louisville.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, you supposed to take Clemson, bro.
nah, it's at Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Louisville.
All right. All right. I've also got Louisville. I like Louisville at home. I didn't like how they played last week. Well, Clemson played better last week, but at home, I trust them to rebound. I've got Louisville. Next one, we got Virginia at Duke. Jasper and Antonio got Duke.
I got Duke as well. I do.
They are 5-point favorites.
Yeah, I got Duke. But shout out to Virginia though, man. Virginia is ranked higher. See if that's anything. I got Duke though.
I like Duke's quarterback, man. Manson. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Duke, bro.
Oh man, bruh.
I'm gonna go with Duke. I like them. I watched the whole game with them in Clemson, and he impressed me. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with them because Virginia hadn't impressed me. They've only let me down since beating Florida State. So I'm gonna go with Duke.
All right. I've got Virginia. Look, at Virginia, man, I can't figure them out. When I think they're going to win, they let me down. And when I think they're going to lose, they win. So I can't figure them out. Looks like I'm the only one picking Virginia. I don't care that they're 5-point favorites. I got them.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, we've got Iowa at USC. Jasper and Antonio pick USC.
So does Cedric.
What you said, C?
So does Cedric. I got USC, man.
You finally jumped on that bandwagon.
Nah, I just like them better than Iowa.
Hey, bro, Iowa just gave Oregon all they can handle.
And they lost.
But there's a wise saying, fight on. I got the Trojans, baby. And don't sleep on the Trojans against Oregon. It's coming up.
All right, I got USC too, so it looks like we're all on the same.
But that won't be on our artwork then. So yeah. Anybody tune in, that won't be on there.
I got USC. All right, next game. It's actually the game that Game Day is going to. We've got Notre Dame at Pitt. Jasper and Antonio got Notre Dame.
It's crazy.
Pitt's come on as of late.
I'm about to say that. Listen to me. And y'all might feel me what I'm about to say because I know y'all watch. Bruh, I'm thinking back and I'm like, bro, y'all remember when Steve Slayton and Pat White was going like they were going? I was like, bruh. That literally crossed my mind just now. And I'm sitting there like, bruh, watch Pitt get these boys. Watch Pitt get them boys up out of here, man, on me. Bruh. C hates Notre Dame. and you predict stuff like this. And Pitt might actually knock Notre Dame from the playoffs. Oh, man. It's at Pitt?
Yep.
Give me Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ends Notre Dame's reign. And I never thought I was going to do that. I swear, going into it, I was like, I'm taking Notre Dame. But something in me saying Pitt's going to win that game. It's at Pitt. Game day is going to be there. Y'all know how I feel about that. I took Texas Tech because it was at Tech. It was at, Vanderbilt a couple of weeks ago. Being in there, bro, I just think that gives them a little bit more morale. And they knock off Notre Dame, bro. I'm going to go Pitt.
Surprise.
Don't do it, see. Take Notre Dame, bro. Don't Follow my footsteps, see.
Nah, surprise, surprise, man. Jeremiah Love and Notre Dame win.
Okay.
I got Notre Dame, bro. And them bastards will probably lose just because every year they do this.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Notre Dame, y'all lose this game, I'm cussing y'all out on this show next week. Out, bro.
Oh man.
I let 1 or 2 curse words fly on the show a week. I'm 52, no less than 52 curse words if Notre Dame screw me on this one.
And I want to say last year, I know Clemson pulled it out, but I want to say Pitt gave Clemson all they could handle at the end of the year last year. Right
Yeah,
before the playoffs.
yeah. Klubnik had that long run.
Yep, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pitt, bro. I just think Pitt always does something like this, bro. It's gonna be. I'm going Pitt. I don't know why. I can't believe I'm going Pitt.
All right, I got the Fighting Irish. My one thing I don't like about Pitt, and I saw this stat today, they are a turnover machine. They're third worst in the ACC in turnovers, and I like when Marcus Freeman has his team rolling, because when he has his team rolling, like they just stay on that track, like they did all the way to the national title game last year. And I think those 2 losses earlier this year, ever since they've been rolling, I think Notre Dame's hot. I'm going to Fighting Irish. They're going to make the playoff.
Okay, I hope so, because I actually like Notre Dame, bro.
All right, next one, we got Oklahoma at Alabama. Powerhouses.
I got the Tide, bro. I don't even know what Yvonne. I don't even know what
Casper
Antonio.
and Antonio got the Tide.
Yeah, I got the Tide, bro. I mean, they're not beating Alabama in Alabama.
In the immortal words of one Forrest Gump, Alabama.
Go Sooners, baby. Boo Sooner.
All right.
Fuck both of them boys, man.
I've got Oklahoma.
Wow.
So, one thing about the picks this week, what I've noticed when I was sitting down by myself earlier looking through these games, this week is going to win me this picks challenge or it's going to lose me because I've got Oklahoma. I think Alabama's been hot. Obviously, they've been great. But Oklahoma had 2 weeks for this game. And I think that matters. Mateer's got to get back to what we saw from earlier this season. He should be 100% by now. And I think Alabama would still be okay with just 2 losses. But this is the game.
But here's the reason why I'm going with Bama, because he hadn't looked the same.
I understand. I do understand, because he has looked like a different quarterback. But 2 weeks to prepare is what gives me confidence here. I don't care that it's in Tuscaloosa. I got the Sooners in an upset.
Wow. Okay, I respect it. I like when people pick upsets, man.
And then the game of the week. Here we go. Saturday night, prime time. LSU fans, your season's over. Y'all can watch us now. It is Texas going to Athens to play Georgia. And Antonio and Jasper have Georgia.
All right. There's 2 songs that come to mind. You can either say X, this one, or that. Which one you want? I'm box office. This is for you, box office. You can take my wedding hand or this hand. Which one you want? I got 2 songs.
I got the one with the Arch Manning hand.
All right. So the 2 songs that come to mind is NSYNC's Ba 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 and Chris Brown Deuces. Because, boy, after this week, Texas is going right back down to where they came from. Give me them dogs. The dogs knock Texas out the playoffs. Box office, you know this. You're not picking Texas. Don't do that. And don't come in saying Georgia's not that good. They beat Texas when Texas was good. Bro, they're going to beat Texas again. They just own Texas, bro. Kind of like how you told me about how DeBoer owns Kirby Smart, Georgia just owns Texas, and then it's in Athens. Give me the Bulldogs. Oh, God. Don't do that. Go ahead, see. Oh, I'm coughing right here.
Is you good? Is you cool?
I'm good. I got the dogs.
All right, man. This is a no-brainer to me, bro. I'm just going off what I've seen. And Texas is not that good.
Oh.
I'm going with Georgia, man. I got Georgia, and after this week, Texas, y'all can come sit down on the couch and watch the playoffs with us Tigers, bro. We'll all watch the playoffs together. How about that?
He's trying to do research right now to give himself a reason to pick Texas. Come on, box office. You got the black shirt on already. Be respectful.
I've got Texas.
Oh. And you tell me not to be biased. Oh my God.
Hey man, X, you usually have good points, but your point made no sense. Talking about when Texas was good. That's when Georgia was good too.
No, I'm talking about last year. You said Georgia wasn't that good last year, and they beat Texas both times.
Yeah, and they still were not that good.
See, that's what I'm saying. I did make a point. You said Georgia wasn't that good. Bro, they beat y'all both times last year.
And this time we get them. I think Georgia's due for a loss. I think they're overrated again. I don't care. Gunnar Stockton's been good. He's been better than the Nuss Bus, and he returned this year. But at the end of the day, I think Texas is. I think they're peaking at the right time. Arch Manning finally is woken up. Last 2 games, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I expect Kirby to put pressure on him. But the good thing for Texas, they've had 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And Texas is fully healthy. There is no excuses for Texas this week. Fully healthy. Ryan Wingo is back. Michael Taft is back. Arch Manning's got experience now, at least for this year. I think this is a game for Texas. I think they shock people. And then it's going to come down to that Texas A&M game, which, by the way, if Texas wins this game, that game's going to be a monster. I've got Texas, bro. And it looks like I'm the only one that's picking Texas, Oklahoma, and Virginia this week. And so be it. Woo!
X, roll that beautiful bean footage for me, bro.
Just not that good. Georgia's not that good.
Oh my God, bro! So you're gonna be looking like this again?
Georgia's not that good. Hey man, the way y'all not that good. The way y'all look talking LSU this year, I look fine talking Texas.
No, here you go.
You think? Okay, like let me just. I want to put this out there. Last year, you really you was like, let's keep Arch on the bench the entire year, right? So what I'm saying to you is you didn't think Georgia was that good last year. And this year, Georgia, you still don't think they're that good, but you think Texas is better this year than they were last year?
No, I just think Georgia's worse than they were last year.
Okay. Y'all lost them with Gunnar Stockton just coming into the game, bro.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton had never played.
That's what's crazy to me.
He's had time to mature.
He has, and he's looked very solid. But I just think Texas is getting them at the right time.
So when I said LSU of Alabama, you see, you're ridiculous, bro. I swear.
Right? Yeah, you picked LSU every game.
You picked Texas. I don't know. What week you didn't pick Texas?
I didn't pick them against Florida. I got that one wrong. Or I got that one right, but I did pick them against.
You did pick Florida for real on the show?
Yes. Yeah.
I know you picked them. I know you picked them against Ohio State. I know you picked them against Oklahoma.
I picked them every game except Florida, but that's actually a good record. Y'all have a bad record picking LSU.
I don't remember you picking Florida. I think
Y'all picked LSU. The only one y'all got right was the Clemson one. And then y'all were wrong Ole Miss, wrong Vanderbilt, wrong Alabama.
we was right South Carolina. Don't do that.
I don't even know if we picked that
Yeah,
one.
we picked it. Don't do that. That was early on. We picked that
And then
one.
who was your other loss? I feel like I'm missing one.
A&M.
A&M, y'all picked them?
Hey, okay. So you just named we named 6 LSU games we picked.
And y'all went 2-4.
How many Texas games have we picked?
Well, we definitely picked Ohio State. We picked Florida. I've only got an Ohio State game wrong. We picked the Oklahoma game. We picked the Vandy game. And now we're picking Georgia.
I don't remember you picking Florida. I know me and you picked. We picked Texas to beat Vanderbilt. I mean, you did that while everybody picked Vandy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Even if I didn't pick for Florida, I know I did. But even if I didn't, that's a 4-2 record. Y'all are 2-4.
Yeah, you about to be 4-3. You about to be 4-3.
That's even better. That's even better.
Not that good.
Games.
And I don't know
Georgia's
why
not that good.
I don't know why y'all are so hung up on that last year, bro.
That was the dumbest shit I heard.
Because you said it.
Bruh, Georgia barely beat us, bro.
But you said
Barely, bro. You only have to win by 1.
Bruh.
Okay, but y'all acted like we got destroyed and it was the worst prediction ever.
Bruh.
You
You made it seem like Georgia was trash.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman proved they were trash.
Oh, you see that? You can ride that coattail. It's
You
all
ain't
good,
gonna
man.
ride anybody else coattails. Stick with your team.
Hey, my team still made it further than Georgia did last year. We made it back to the semis.
Hey, after this week, I have Notre Dame and Texas.
What y'all get for that?
We got experience.
Man, y'all
All right.
hang that banner up. Hang that banner up then.
Before we get to the NFL, let's do a quick NBA topic. Did Nico Harrison deserve to get fired?
Yes. The day he traded Luka Doncic, he deserved to get fired, bro. I don't know what he was thinking, bro. I know I picked Dallas to win the finals this year because I felt bad for myself. Maybe, it'll work out in his favor. But, bro, whenever I remember it, like it was yesterday, we used to have another person on here, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he called me and was like, bro, Luka got traded. I'm like, bro, what? Bro, I jumped on this. We did a exclusive right there, and I went crazy because there's no way you trade Luka he's not even in his prime, but going into his prime, Nico dropped the ball on this one, bro. He didn't call anybody else to shop Luka around where he probably could have got a better deal. We could say, no, he couldn't have got a better deal, X. But we don't know that because you didn't even shop for any. You didn't shop him around to no other team. There's teams I think would have gave you their entire roster. If I was the Pelicans GM, C could have been the coach. I'm like, C, bruh, I hope you ready to go find some new pieces, bro, because I'm trading everybody to Dallas for Luka Doncic, bro. So I don't know what Nico was doing. I mean, I'm not joking. I love Zion. I love all of I can't even think of these fools' names right now because I'm just tripping right now. Herb Jones. All of them would have got traded for Luka. Everybody would have got traded. I would have traded. No, I'm not gonna say that. I would have traded a lot to get Luka to come to New Orleans. And I just think that Nico dropped the ball by not even doing his homework on that situation. He could have got so many other pieces outside of Anthony Davis. He ended up getting lucky with the Cooper flag, then winning the lottery. But you cannot trade that guy going into his prime after he took you to the NBA Finals. You can't do that, and he did. I can't believe it, and I never like to see anybody get fired. I hope Nico finds another job. Nico, look, if you're looking for an assistant GM, your boy is trying to build that resume up. Come holler at me, man. I wouldn't have let you do that. I'd be like, bro, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna find a way to get the best out of our buck. But yeah, no, he deserves to be fired. No disrespect to him. Can't trade Luka Doncic.
All right. Let me say this previous to what I'm finna say here. What month did the Luka trade happen in last year?
It was, don't make me lie, no see.
It was before June 24, June, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in June, Nico Harrison signed a new multi-year contract extension, which is why that's fuel to my fire for what I'm about to say. And I think, hell no, he didn't deserve to get fired because that wasn't his call trading Luka. He is the foul man for this whole Luka Doncic trade fiasco. He's the foul man. I did a little research. The Mavericks were sold to a partnership of families that run casinos in Vegas. And apparently they were trying to get a casino set up in Dallas and to be able to run it in the Maverick Stadium. They were doing new Maverick Stadium have a casino in there too.
Real quick, and, February 2nd, they said.
All right. Yeah, so the casino family or whatever, they were trying to do it and Dallas blocked it. They said no, they can't do that. And the NBA and Dallas, so they wanted to move the Mavericks to Vegas, and the NBA said no. So they were like, you know what? Screw them. All right, we're gonna show them. We trading Luka. And they traded Luka. They told Nico, hey, call somebody, get Luka the hell up out of here. Get us something decent for him, but get him up out of here. So I agree. He could have called other teams and actually put it out there, but I think he didn't. I think they wanted to keep the lowest possible profile with this trade before it happened. They didn't want it to get out to Luka that they were trying to trade. They didn't want it to get out to the public that they were trying to trade Luka. So he called his homeboy in LA and got the deal done. Now, I don't think it was his idea to trade Luka. Whose idea? Who in their right mind would want to trade Luka? If he's a basketball man, he knows Luka was too good to be trading for anybody in the NBA right then. So him trading him, you would have had to get. I don't know what you would have really had to get back to be able to say that was a fair trade. That was a good trade.
But okay, I'm asking this because I want to stop you because I don't want to forget all my thoughts. Okay, you're Nico Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you're going to say X, well, they're the owners. What are you talking about? I'd have been like, bro, y'all trade him. I'm not trading him. His name is forever linked to that trade. Like, he's attached to that. Like, at the end of the day, like, we can speculate that it was the owners. Like, I'm going to just put I'm Nico and you're the owners. I'm like, bro, no, I'm not trading Nico. I'm not trading Luka. You trade him. If you trade him, you put your name to it because I'm not. And if you fire me, that's cool. That's cool. I ain't tripping. I have a job here, and I'm gonna land a job somewhere else. I already have the experience, but I'm not gonna trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers, and I gotta have my name linked to that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that what you're saying, I understand. Some people may be okay, not me, and you know I wouldn't. I would be like, I don't even care. Bro, my integrity means heaven. You're not gonna make me do something I don't want to do and put my name to that? No. Y'all trade him. I would step down. You remember when Magic stepped down from the Lakers? I'd have stepped down. I'm like, bro, I'm stepping down. I'm not trading Luka Doncic. What are we talking about here?
But that's you, bro. That's you. I looked up because what made me do this is I said the only way they had to offer him an absorbent amount of money. for him to do this, right? For him to take like he said, his name is linked to this forever. Forever. Will he ever get another GM job in NBA? Heavens no.
You don't think so?
Bruh, who is going to hire him after this? So they had to give him enough money to where he don't have to work again. He didn't have to work again because he's not going to be able to get a job at that level again. So he's they say the terms of his extension were undisclosed and his salary is undisclosed. So I said, okay. I looked up the highest paid GM in the NBA right now. Okay, the $20 million per year is becoming the new baseline for NBA role players, right? So they said Daryl Morey is reported to earn north of $10 million annually. So I look at that. Bob Myers as the former GM of the Golden State Warriors. He was supposed to have been earning about $10 million a year. So you look at Nico. He's not going to be working anymore, right? So I'm sure he got more than $10 million to take this hit. They said, we're going to have you take this hit. You're going to have to take this hit. You're going to have to deal with a lot of criticism, but we're going to take your salary from he probably was making maybe about $3 million. We'll take your salary from $3 million to $12 million. And he looked, damn, that's $9 million more dollars than I was making. Hell yeah, I could just take people talking about me in the press for $9 million more dollars.
It's not about, I don't know, I think that maybe you're right, but I don't think that's what happened. I think that, in fantasy football, I'll use that as an example. Sometimes you scratch in, you're like, bro, what is that fantasy owner thinking trading that person to that team? I just think Nico had enough of Luka, whether it's the defensive side of the ball, and he was trying to build a defensive juggernaut. I don't know. I think Nico made that call based on that. And looking at, he was probably to himself, he was probably like, I'm getting Anthony Davis. Like, that's a fire trade. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I think he dropped the ball, bro.
Not even in fantasy. That trade would have got vetoed in any fantasy league. I'm just saying that there has to be more behind it, bro. There's no way that man made that call himself.
The $12 million seat.
Bro, I'm just saying 12. They may have offered him 20. They may have given him a $20 million buyout. Let's say a $20 million. That's what it, because effectively that's what it is. Give him a $20 million buyout, and he don't have to. Do you know if I gave you $20 million right now, you wouldn't have to work again?
Man, if I'm making 3, why am I taking 20?
Yeah, I don't know that he was making.
And I'm competitive. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna build a championship roster. If I see Daniel Morey making $10 million, I'm like, bro, we gonna win a championship over here. I don't know. We were just in the championship. Luka just brought you to the championship.
But I'm the owner, and I told you I want Luka ass out of here.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that, bro. I don't. I think that Nico just dropped the ball, bro, and he had to go, bro. He had to get out of there, bro.
Bro, we know basketball. He's the GM. He knows basketball, bro. No, yeah, that was not a person who knows basketball move. That was billionaire games that they was playing.
Okay, but see, you say that they know basketball. I'm not even gonna say that you're wrong. I do believe like a lot of times people say crazy things on the internet and on podcasts. Oh, this person don't know no ball. This person, bro, they got the job for some type of reason. But that doesn't mean they can't drop the ball from time to time, bro.
That's a huge ball to drop, bro. Nobody dropped the ball that big, man.
No, the Bulls were winning championships. Mike was willing to come back. Michael Jordan. And them Bulls dropped the ball. They just had to sign Scotty, sign Bill. What are they doing?
That was a different situation, bro.
The Magic had Shaq and Benny. They played around with that. They could have gave Shaq the $20 million, but they played around, and Shaq took the money from LA. Like, I just think that sometimes you play hardball, and sometimes you get caught.
But they weren't playing. This isn't hardball. He traded it. This, like you said, they were in the finals the year before. This man knows basketball. He trades Luka.
I think it's more so like the defensive side of the ball. I believe what they said. They said that they wanted to build a more defensive trigger. I'm going off what they said. I'm not saying I agree with it because I said he should be fired for trading Luka. But that's what they said. They were trying to build that, and that was wrong.
All right, I'll go next. I don't know what the hell is he talking about, all these conspiracies and stuff. Right. Nico Harrison made the call, and we assume just because people are in those positions that they know what they're doing. Look at the Cleveland Browns. Look at the New York Jets. They just been going in circles for over decades. They don't know what they're doing. Sometimes you'll be surprised that these people are actually more lost than you think. A lot of GMs aren't smart, and sometimes they just overthink it. And I thought Nico Harrison overthought it here. He made that call. He said that in multiple interviews. You know, he said, no, this was my call. Mark Cuban said he actually tried to stop it, but he realized that he was the minority owner at the time, and that at the end of the day, he couldn't make the final call. Look, Nico Harrison made the call, but I think it's absurd that he got fired. Are you kidding me? Why, as the owner, do you let him make this call just to fire him, 6 to 8 months later? He hasn't gotten a chance to prove it. This is beyond stupid to me, and it shows me that the Mavericks are all over the place ever since Mark Cuban left. Bro, he made the call, and I know the Lakers look good, and Luka's averaging 40 currently. But you got the number 1 pick, Cooper Flag. He's been very solid. You got Anthony Davis. You got Kyrie Irving. Those 3 guys have played 0 games together, and you fire Nico Harrison? I don't understand. Like, why let him get rid of Luka if you're going to not even let his experiment play out? You got to give me 2 years of Nico Harrison after making that call. And it's not like the Lakers won the title where it looks extra bad. The Lakers have not done anything with Luka yet. And I think Luka's going to win a title in LA. But it's the same thing with Luka here. He hasn't had enough time in LA the same way Nico Harrison hasn't had enough time without Luka.
But I think that you're looking at it and anybody that believes that Nico shouldn't have been fired, y'all looking at it because y'all actually watch sports. These people that what you're saying see that's billionaires, they're there to make money. They ain't there. They don't. Some of them don't care about who's on the team. Man, make some money from my.
Well, if anything, you're going to make more money with Luka.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. And I think that they're looking at it. Let Luka leave. Did we sign up on it? Yeah, because we trust that you know what you're talking about. We don't watch basketball. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going on. This is an investment for us. And you let Luka leave. The Lakers are off to a great start this year. And the Mavs, what they are, like 3-8 right now?
But what else do they expect, though? Kyrie's not playing. Flag is a rookie. Like what are their expectations?
I think that they're pissed that they let Luka leave. That's why I disagree with C. I think C is saying it's the owners that kind of got Luka out of there. I think they were like, you're the GM, we're gonna trust your decision, but listen, you got lucky with the Cooper Flag stuff. That wasn't Nico that was luck that they got
NBA call, bro.
Yeah, right. So I just think that they're pissed that he traded Luka Doncic and they fired him. They're looking back like, bro, you tripping.
Let me say this, bro. box office, you said it's like the Cleveland Browns and the Jets, right? The Cleveland Browns and the Jets, they suck at drafting. They suck at drafting. But they don't. Never have they had a star in their hands and traded them away.
Man, Baker's starting to look.
Yeah, I want to say, man, they had Baker.
Is he Luka Doncic? No.
No,
Right. All right, that was my exact point. It's Baker, Luka. No. So the Mavericks had the star in their hands and they traded him. That's not nobody knows. Nobody who knows sports would have done that willingly. I think that he took the payoff. He took the payoff to be the front man because they wanted to send a message to the league and to Dallas that y'all let me buy this team, knowing I wanted to put a casino here, and you won't let me move the team either. Well, I'm finna sabotage it, and they sabotage it. They'll have to let them move.
But why would you? I just, it's hard for me. And I'm not sitting there saying you don't want a team in Vegas, but Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas is
Dallas,
New Orleans. New Orleans.
I can see New Orleans, but Dallas? What are you taking a team from Dallas for?
Hey, bro, they wanted to buy a team. They were able to buy. They were able to get a majority stake in the Mavericks. They didn't try to get New Orleans. I
don't know, like that one. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't agree with you.
I try to think logical, bro.
No, I feel you.
I just think the owners messed this up more than Nico Harrison did, and I don't agree with what Nico Harrison did. I would never let Luka go, and they let go of Jalen Brunson before that. But my thing is the owners, bro, are just stupid. Like ever since Mark Cuban left, they're stupid. Like you can't sign off on Luka Doncic leaving and then blame the GM 6-8 months later, whatever it is. Like I like what the Browns did, right? Andrew Berry took a swing at Deshaun Watson, and it's been terrible. You could say it's maybe the worst signing ever. But they've let Andrew Berry play it out, though. Andrew Berry's still the Browns GM. It's been 5 years as him as the GM. Completely missed on Deshaun Watson. But you tried to let it play out. Bro, I don't understand this at all. I was actually mad when I saw Nico Harrison got fired. I was like, bro, what? Like, you literally don't let his experiment play out. I don't. This is absurd to me.
Here's what they did, bro. They got him to take the hit for it. And like you said, it's business for him, bro. They started losing money.
Conspiracies.
Bro, they started losing money. No, it's not even a conspiracy. It's really logical. Just listen to me. They are business owners, bro. This is nothing but more than an investment to them. They don't have any kind of ties to this, to where they love the team. They love, I grew up being a Mavericks fan. None of that. This is an investment for them. So they made that investment to take it to another investment, to make more money. And it didn't hit. They got blocked. So billionaires play games like this, bro. This is the thing. Well, we're gonna force our way to get our way. And so they're gonna sabotage the team. Guess what? Y'all don't want to let me let me move this team. Y'all don't want to let me get a casino here. Y'all gonna do one or the other, or this team ain't gonna be worth a damn. And I think the NBA tried to save the day by letting them get Cooper Flag to try to keep interest right there in Dallas. But how's that working out? It's not. Everybody's still looking at what Luka's doing. I don't give a damn what Cooper Flag does. He's not going to be Luka. Cooper Flag will not be Luka. I say that right now.
I agree with you. I agree as far as that last statement. I just know like where I work at. And I know you all work different places. But the guy that owns our school, he owns like 76 schools across the United States. That fool don't know, and I'm not respectfully, I'm calling him a fool, but I don't mean it like that. He don't know what's going on over here like that. Like he knows what his bottom line is. He knows the money he's bringing in. But I'll use me for example. See, whenever you think about LRC, a lot of people often tell me, you think about me first.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they like X is basically the Luka Doncic of the school. We know X. A lot of people think that I'm the principal, and I'm not even the principal of our school. But
Right.
our principal was put in a job. He was put in position to make different calls. If he fires me tomorrow, for whatever reason, or he trades me, or he's like, you can go. And I'm just using it as an example to kind of connect the dots. And our boss, the owner of the school, comes back and like, bro, you affected my bottom line. Yeah, I put you in position to make that call, but why you fired him? Now you affected my bottom line. You got to go, my brother. Yeah, I gave you the job, but I don't know what you're doing. And I think that's where it's at. And I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to show y'all, in my opinion, I don't think them owners care nothing about nothing more than their bottom line. And they traded Luka and Nico. You got to go, my man. Luka's off to a hot start, and y'all are struggling right now. And I know box office don't like to get people fired early on in the process, but them billionaires, man, they want to see their bottom line.
All right, let me put it. I'm glad you did that example. All right, let me put it like this. All right, say you own the business.
Mm-hmm.
You bought a business. You already were involved in a whole lot of other stuff, and you bought that business to help your other stuff, the stuff that you do know about.
Right.
You bought this business to expand on what you already do know about. You don't know nothing about this business. You just know it's in a spot it's in a spot that you want. So you buy that business, and then all of a sudden people tell you that you can't do what you want to do with the business that you bought billions of dollars, spend billions of dollars on. They tell them you can't do what you want to do with that business that you spent billions of dollars on. Okay, I can't do that. All right, well, I'm just gonna bring them over here to where the rest of my businesses are. No, you can't do that either. What?
I'm not trading my number one asset though.
No. Are you just gonna sit there and let them do that, or are you gonna try to find a way to get your main business, get what you had planned done?
I'm gonna say this. I know we can't stay on this topic forever, but I'm gonna say this. Prior to me buying the business, I would have asked all those questions to begin with. Like, look, I got some things moving on over here. That's what we try to do. If this ain't possible for me to move, I'm just going off of your theory, which I don't agree with, but let's say your theory. If we can't move it to Vegas, then I'm not even interested in buying the team. If I can't put it to where my other money is there, I'm not even interested in buying it because it makes no sense for me logistically. That's what I would have told them. But, if they let me buy it, it would have been in the contract that I get to move it if I see that, it's best for it to be moved to Vegas. I just don't see that because like me and Box Office said, going back to what we said originally, it's Dallas. It's not New Orleans. It's not a small market team. Even OKC. It's not even OKC. It's like, dude, this is Dallas. It might not be New York or LA, but it's Dallas, bro.
But
I don't see them leaving Dallas.
Like you said, before I buy it, I'm gonna make sure all those things are in play, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, they told you, okay, yeah, it's just gonna have to go up for a vote, but yeah, if you want to move your team, you totally, depending upon the vote, you can move it. So it's not out of the question. So if I'm a business owner, I don't know anything about the NBA. I'm like, shit, why would the rest of these owners tell me I can't move my team? That's like them telling themselves they can't do what they want to do with their team. So logistically, you'll be thinking that like that'll be the other owners voting against themselves. They vote for me not to be able to move my team, or the NBA telling me that. So I would still buy it. I say, well, I mean, I can still do what I want to do. I'm gonna find a way to do what I want to do. Most people, I'm a person like that. No, I don't have a I'm gonna find a way to do what I want to do.
They probably could have waited and got an expansion team. Like, I don't see you're not getting Dallas is not going. The Mavericks are staying there. The Mavericks are not going to Vegas. The Cowboys are not going to Vegas. The Stars are not going to Vegas. Those teams are locked in. They're not moving. Dallas, no. If it had been New Orleans, I'd have been like, maybe C got a point. But that's my biggest issue
But
with you.
if you're a billionaire, bro, you're not thinking like a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, who has ever told you no?
I feel you.
I've always been able to do whatever I want to do. So if I say I want to move my team that I paid my money for, it logistically it don't make sense for me not to be able to move them, right?
I feel you, but it's not happening, bro.
All right, let's move on. I hope Nico Harrison gets another shot somewhere else. This was a bad move by him, but his experiment should have been played out at least 2 years.
Would you hire him as the GM for the Pistons?
If we were a bad team, yeah, why not?
I would have fired him the day.
I wouldn't hire him now. The Pistons are headed in the right direction, but New Orleans. I mean, I know they just hired Dumars, whatever. So you're going to give Dumars a shot, but I'm saying let's say Dumars isn't working out, and you gave Nico Harrison a shot 3 years down the road. Why not? I mean, it was a terrible move, but I mean, come on, man. He deserves.
Maybe in 5 years he can get a job, but his block too damn hot right now. That boy.
I would have fired Nico Harrison the night he traded Luka Doncic. They wouldn't even made it past that. I'd be like, bro, you fired, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I know I gave you the job. I don't care about your experiment. You're fired.
But see, you also picked the Mavericks to win the title this year. So it's like you also saw what Nico Harrison.
Well, it wasn't Nico. It was more so them landing Cooper Flag. I think Cooper Flag he fits on what they have currently. I think it's a little bit
mixed. He's a part of that. Like, I know he got lucky. I know. But, at the end of the day, the same way he drafted Luka, he drafted Flag.
I look at it like this. He's benefiting from it, but Tom Brady, Belichick benefited from Tom Brady.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Nico, you may benefit from it, but you're not the reason why we're winning. That's how I view it. You're just benefiting from this.
But I'm saying he would be part of the reason had they won the title like you had him winning, though.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I just didn't like that prediction to begin with because I know Kyrie. I don't know if Kyrie's come back this year. Davis is always hurt. He's literally always hurt. He's hurt.
How is the dude always hurt?
I was literally deciding between them and Houston. I don't even know what made me. I think I was being a homer with Duke and Cooper Flag. I was like, bro, I'm gonna pick Houston. Because I wasn't picking OKC, not because I don't think OKC can do it. It's just too hard to go back to back to me.
Well, I picked OKC and they looked all right.
I picked OKC too, didn't I?
I think so. You did. I think you did. All right. Let's move on to the NFL. That's it for the NBA. While the Pistons get another win tonight,
Let's talk NFL, baby. Let's talk NFL, baby.
Oh man, I know C's excited. They got their second win of the year.
Yeah, I got you. See, I got you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's go with our winners and losers.
Go ahead. See, I'm gonna let you go first, my brother.
All right, hey, you want me to tell you the winners? I'll tell you right now, man. The winners are the team that
tell them. Hey,
bro, no way, bro.
Don't do that. Box office, don't do that. Box office, don't do that.
All right, the team, the winners of the week for me are the New Orleans Saints, and it's because a lot of people had us. There was some people that said we would go winless this year. A lot of people said we might get one win. But both y'all dumb people are wrong. Yes, we are rebuilding, but we got our second win of the week, and we look good, of the year, and look good doing it. All right? Probably one of the hottest teams in the NFL at that point were the Carolina Panthers. And we went to Carolina, and we actually beat up on them. We beat up on the Panthers. Now, you can say what you want to, but Rico Dowdle had them with the best running game in the league outside of Taylor up there in Indy. But he had like three almost 200-yard games this year or something like that. So he had been balling. We held him like 50-something yards rushing. Our defense who hadn't held anybody to anything less than 80 yards all year rushing. Went out there, and the biggest reason why I say who that, the reason to say who, I might bring that back. I might go and shoot me one of those. You know what I'm saying? I said I was gonna lay out this whole year because we rebuilding. But the biggest reason to say who that is that young man number 6, Tyler Shuck. Did he look like
box office? Watch him out.
Did he look like a franchise quarterback? Maybe. He looked a lot better than we thought he was going to look this year. Most Saints fans didn't think he was going to look too good at all. He looked a lot better than he did against the Rams. He looked like I always thought that he was big enough and strong enough to play the game, but it just seemed like it looked like the game was too fast for him the times I saw him in the preseason. He looked like he settled down. He looked like he got those boys wanting to play with him. And you had Olave out there making great catches for him. Juwan Johnson, there was a Juwan Johnson sighting this week. The offense actually looked pretty good, but the defense looked extraordinary. And I saw somebody with a post on Instagram today, just probably right before we got on the show. He said he was watching, he was doing a review on the game. He said, "Ooh, turn that 6 up there down. Who you got? Who number 9 for the Saints, bro?"
Pick your head up and you listen to this.
I can't believe this.
I'm not quite ready to say anything like that. It was just one game, and he looked extremely good, bro. But he's 6'4", 250. He was slinging the ball all around the field this past week. That was definitely a reason to say who that. Those are my winners. And for my losers, the New York Giants. The New York Giants, the biggest loser. Jackson Dart with a concussion. You start Mr. Russell. Now he's being benched. They're starting Jameis this week. You fired the coach. And I thought Jackson Dart and Scatterboo were gonna save Dable's job, bro. I really thought they were, but Scatterboo got hurt. Dart got a concussion. It's all bad in New York. They had a chance, man, but those two players being out signed his death certificate, and he had to get up out of it. So you lose a coach mid-season, it's all bad for you. So I put them down as my biggest loser of the week.
All right. See, I like your winner. That was a great winner. See, box office, stop shaking your head. No, let my boy live in his glory right now, because you just disrespected the Saints all year long, and we finally got a win. So shout out to him. All right. Hey, I didn't think we were gonna be great, but I am happy that they got that dub. But my biggest winner, I got the New England Patriots, bro. The Patriots on a 7-game winning streak. They started the season off 1-2. And since then, bruh, they've beaten the Bills, who is in their division. They're undefeated in their division. I know it's only 2-0, but undefeated in their division, while the Bills have 2 losses in the division. So they can lose to the Bills and then beat the Jets, beat the Dolphins, and they win the division as long as they're tied record-wise. So that's just incredible for the Patriots. The Patriots, man, I know box office. We talked about it off air. I know he loves Jonathan Taylor. But, bruh, I wasn't a fan of this guy coming out. But right now, if I had to say who's the MVP, I think it's Drake May. And I know he don't like it, but, dog, Jonathan Taylor been with the coach.
One or the other. You want to go
Daniel Jones, I can make a case that Daniel Jones would really change y'all franchise around. He's the reason why y'all winning now more so than Jonathan Taylor. I'm just saying, Drake May. Who's his receiving core? You want his name? Old Stephon Diggs, who people thought was washed up, that was going from team to team. Keyshawn Butte. Yep, that people don't even realize. You don't even mention him when you think about LSU receivers. Most people don't even mention him when you think about LSU receivers.
Right, but he come from good stock, though.
Right. I just think what Drake May is doing right now in New England, bro, 8-2, who box office, I think you had Buffalo. It was Antonio that got Buffalo winning it all this year. A lot of people think that Buffalo is the team. Bro, they're ahead of Buffalo right now. They beat Buffalo head-to-head already this season. Hey, bro, I'm here to tell y'all, man. And let me point this out. They beat Buffalo in Buffalo already. Now you got to come to New England and beat Drake May and those boys. I really believe that New England, bro, is a dangerous team moving forward. And nobody could have told me 10 games into the season that the Patriots would be 8-2. I would have laughed at that. You could have said Drake May was going to be better this season. Cool. But to say they're 8-2, bro, shout out to the Patriots, man. And then you can say they lost 2 of their first 3 games. And since then, they've been on a tear. And let me just say this before I give my loser. They play the Jets. Their next couple of games, the Jets, the Bengals, the Giants, and then they finally play the Bills again. Bro, they could be literally sitting at 11-2 with the Bills coming in to New England. I'm just here to tell you, bro, that is crazy to me. Shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to the Patriots. They just beat the Buccaneers, too, by the way, who a lot of us thought Baker and the Bucs were in the top 5 power rankings, and they did that. So I got to give them that credit. But my biggest loser, bro, I picked against them, but I didn't think it was going to happen in this fashion. The Jacksonville Jaguars. What in the hell was that? Bro, they lost in the fourth quarter. Not the whole game, not the second half. 26-0 in the fourth quarter. 26-0. The Houston Texans ran off on them. Travis Hunter's out for the season. Brian Thomas Jr. missed last week. You don't know if he's going to miss this week. I don't know what's going on. They can mention trading Brian Thomas Jr. this offseason. Where did that come from? I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's tripping, but they're my biggest loser.
Hey, bro, can we say this? Are we prepared to say that the Bills might be ass? And we got
They still a good team.
I don't think so. I think they're always in it because of Josh Allen. But yeah, they don't look as good as we thought they would.
James Cook is the second leading rusher, I think, in the NFL.
He is. But I think that's all they got though is Josh Allen, James Cook. I don't like the rest of that roster.
Me either.
I think they need a lot more work. They need a receiver. Keon Coleman's not the guy I thought he was going to be.
They need to free him. Send him down here, bro.
He can't separate. Dalton Kincaid isn't a top 5 tight end. Their defense is nothing special. I'm not impressed by the Buffalo Bills roster. But anyways, I can't believe you are celebrating your second win of the year.
Bro,
You even lost the first pick. I mean, I don't know what y'all are celebrating. Y'all got a pointless win, and y'all are celebrating, and then you ruined your draft stock because of it. That's the most.
And guess what, man?
Thing ever.
Number 1, number 2. Who cares? What's the big difference? It's not. We don't have. There's not a Andrew Luck in this draft. There's not a clear. Oh man, you need to get the number 1 pick. No, bro. Number 2 is fine.
Well, congrats on beating Carolina. It must feel like that Super Bowl again.
Nah, I just want to prove out that you was wrong again.
No, I wasn't. I literally, dog. I said y'all were gonna win 5 or less games.
You said we were going to lose to Carolina. You were wrong.
I said you'd split with Carolina.
You said that we were going to lose with the Carolina Panthers this week.
Okay, well, you've said they were gonna win a bunch, and you
and you said that we were going to lose to the Carolina Panthers this week.
Okay, finally, I was wrong once. Y'all still stink, and y'all.
Hold on. And tell me when I said we was going to win this year.
Well, you thought y'all were gonna beat Arizona, right?
That's 1-1. Okay.
Let me see the same schedule because you picked them multiple times. You definitely thought y'all beat Arizona. Y'all thought y'all were gonna beat the Niners. Y'all were telling me
nope, lies.
Y'all were like, oh, why can't we beat the Niners? Why not? Then
I picked them against the Niners.
You did pick the Niners to lose. And then y'all thought y'all were better than Seattle.
Why gotta be y'all? Hold on. I didn't even say this was gonna be good.
Y'all all are delusional.
I didn't say
and then I
picked everything you keep on saying that I picked
before y'all realized the Patriots were actually better. And then y'all definitely thought y'all would beat Chicago, and you definitely lost that one. And then you thought, you could beat the Buccaneers. You didn't. Y'all freaking stink.
I didn't pick us against the Buccaneers either. Like I said, you said we were going to lose to the Panthers this week.
Well, congrats. Congrats. See, y'all are on a bye week like my Colts. Y'all can't finally lose 1 week. So congrats.
You didn't lose 2 weeks.
All right. We're moving on. My winners, the Chicago Bears. Look, it wasn't pretty, but another win, and they're 6-3, bruh. I was a year early on them. I thought they'd make the playoffs last year. I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They're 6-3. Caleb Williams doesn't look like a star, but he looks much improved. I don't know what his connection with DJ Moore is, though. DJ Moore be going some games without a damn catch. But Odunze looks impressive. Swift looks really good. Ben Johnson's turning around quick. They have a better record right now than the Packers. So shout out to the Bears, man. I think that they're headed in the right direction. Their schedule rest of the way is a little tough, but I think they can make the playoffs. So either way, I think that the Bears and Ben Johnson are headed in the right direction. My loser, and damn it, this team pisses me off. It's the Green Bay Packers, bro. 7 points. 7 points. Not only did they only score 7 against Philly, they scored only 13 against Carolina and only 10 against Cleveland. You know, Jordan Love, to me, I criticized him weeks ago, and he's definitely not a top 10 quarterback if you ask me. I think another guy that's overrated is Matt LaFleur. What has Matt LaFleur done without Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers would take him to the NFC title game every year. And without him, he's done nothing. Matt LaFleur looks overrated to me. He's not proven anything. He's from that McVay, Kyle Shanahan tree. Well, Shanahan's been in a Super Bowl twice. McVay has been in a Super Bowl twice, and he's won one. LaFleur just he's not impressive. He should be the guy responsible for taking Jordan Love to the next level. You can't continuously score 7, 10, 13 points in these games, bro. When Aaron Rodgers was there, they didn't win a Super Bowl every year, but, bro, they would score 30. You know, he won MVP. Jordan Love looks average. And I don't know if it's Jordan Love. I don't know if it's Matt LaFleur. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But, bro, they just don't look impressive to me on offense. I feel actually bad for their defense. They held the Eagles to 10 points. What do you want them to do?
I think you're jealous of LaFleur's hair, bro.
What?
Yeah, a little bit.
You low-key look like him except his hair.
I am jealous of his hair. But seriously, though, like, I don't understand LaFleur, bro. He needs to – I mean, you just can't. How do you prepare all week for the defending champs and you score 7?
Hey, bro. Prepare to edit this. Fuck both them teams, bro. I took them for over 26 points in a Monday Night Football game. 2 NFL teams couldn't score over 26 points.
It was a defensive game, man.
Boy, fuck both them teams.
Well, they've had defensive games against Carolina, Cleveland. That's the thing. They need to stop having these defensive games. Go have an offensive game. They're also middle of the pack right now, 15th in points per game. You can't be 15th and you're paying your quarterback that much. So
That's your biggest loser, though.
Yeah, bro, they can't score, and it's going to cost them in the playoffs.
Bro.
It's going to cost them.
They lost to the Super Bowl champs.
But they've also lost to Carolina and Cleveland.
I understand, bro, but I'm like, why? Did you watch the Steelers versus the Chargers?
Yes, but at least the Steelers are still first in their division.
Yeah, but the Steelers are one game in front of the Ravens, who had Lamar Jackson out for how long?
Yes, I agree, because I agree that the Steelers are losers this week too. 1 week it's their defense, next week it's their offense. They just can't put it together. But the point is, they're at least still first, bro. The Packers, they started off the season 1-0, beating the Detroit Lions. They get Micah. We're thinking, bruh, they're going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. Bruh, they're good. They're not great. The Packers, bruh, they need some work on offense.
I don't know. I just feel like
they even drafted Matthew Golden. They don't use him.
Nah, you're right. I agree with that. But I feel like the Packers, I don't know. Right now, today, I just trust the Packers more to make the playoffs. The Steelers, I think, bro, they might not make the playoffs, bro. Like, for real. Like, I picked them.
If you look at the AFC,
the AFC is loaded. That's what I'm saying.
Only the AFC North champion will make it.
Right. Baltimore. If I had to say today, we picked the teams. I think Baltimore wins the division now.
I mean, a lot of people see that coming. Now, the thing is, them two play twice still. I think they're going to split. But I do think Pittsburgh needs to get it together, because 1 week, the offense looks good and the defense looks bad. Then the defense looks bad, the offense looks good. Like, they just can't put it together, and they need to get it together ASAP.
And like you said about the Chargers are missing 2 offensive linemen, and y'all couldn't beat them. Like, that's crazy to me.
They're missing 3. But 2 are all pros.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like y'all scored. I think they scored 10 points this past week. The Steelers.
Yeah, it was pathetic.
Because I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers let me down, bro. I lost. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna win in fantasy. I'm gonna be right there in that 8th seed, bro. That fool didn't do nothing. He had 8 fantasy points, bro. Dude threw 2 interceptions, and see, don't start that though, because I know you like to hear Aaron Rodgers doing bad. Calm down. I don't know. I just feel like the Steelers were a bigger loser than I get what y'all saying if y'all going by multiple weeks. The Packers haven't looked great, but this past week, bro, they lost to the Eagles, bro, in a game that was a defensive struggle.
I don't know. I just don't like their offense at all.
No, I feel you.
My thing about the Steelers, if they could put it together, like, I think they would be scary. I can't even picture Green Bay putting it together on offense. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what else they could do on offense, bro.
Run the damn ball, bro. Did you see Jacobs when they were running?
Yeah, but the thing is, teams have now said, all right, we're going to stack the box. Now we're going to force you to throw, and they can't.
Well, the one that I would tell you, when I feel like the Packers kind of put it together offensively, not defensively, because I thought they played okay defensively, not great, was against the Steelers.
It was. Again, since then, they've been
right.
Bro, I think we all missed the ball on the biggest loser. The biggest loser, bro, had to be the Bills, bro. To get blown out, the Bills. To get blown out by
I think I don't know.
They can still win the division.
But I feel like division games are always they're always
Yeah.
always like that division one. I feel like Jacksonville, bro, you were 5-3 going into this game, bro. Do you realize that the coach wanted overtime? Like you were right there with the coach, and you were up big, and you blew it in the fourth quarter. I don't know what Jacksonville's doing. They're falling apart right before our eyes.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. The Bills, however, for this week, that's why I said the biggest loser this week, you can't get blown out by Miami with no Tyreek Hill. You get blown out. Come on, bro. You got a dead man walking as a coach over there. And when he gets fired, how long is Tua gonna last? Like that whole the best thing they got on their team is Achane. And I mean that whole organization is falling apart before our very eyes. 2 years ago, they looked like an up and coming team, young coach, young quarterback. Had just got Tyreek Hill. Things looked up, bro. Now they look like I don't know how they win. They beat somebody else. They snuck and beat somebody else a couple of weeks ago.
They beat Atlanta.
Yeah, they beat Atlanta. I don't think that's what I'm talking about, though. They did beat Atlanta. That might be who I was talking because they beat the hell out of Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're the same team. They beat Atlanta. They beat the Bills, but they get blown out by the Browns. You know what I'm saying? And the Bills lose to that. The Bills are really supposed to be an elite team. They can't get blown. You can lose. It's a division game. Yeah, they could lose. But blown out by Miami?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I can't see this team. That's not a team that I could put my stock into going in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, I don't think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, bro. Even if they win that division, I just don't like their roster. When it comes to January and I'm picking the Super Bowl champs, I look at who's got the healthiest and best roster.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have that roster, bro. I think the Colts have a better roster. I think the Chiefs have a better roster. I think that the name me another AFC team. The Ravens have a better roster.
Healthy. Baltimore is better than them.
Like these rosters are better, bro. And I just don't trust the Bills roster at all.
And I think the Ravens, like we talk about hitting your stride at the right time. I think that's what's happening there, bro. And I had ruled him out because I thought Lamar was going to be out probably 2 more games than he actually was. But with him back, it looks like the Ravens, man.
The Steelers are blowing it. They're literally giving the division back to Baltimore. That's crazy.
And I do think it's going to come down to that second Steelers-Ravens matchup because they got 2 more. I think it'll probably come down to that second one. We'll see, though.
Keep your eyes on it. These losses keep piling up on the Steelers. Keep your eyes on Aaron Rodgers, man. Y'all gonna see.
Wow.
By the way, I know you like declaring things after 3 weeks. Go look up the Chargers stats. Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey. They're right there. They're literally right there. McConkey's come on as of late. They're right there in terms of the stats. But even the Chargers, man, they're continuing to impress without Alt and Slater.
That's crazy.
You know what? Let's do that topic. Who is gonna win and who's going to the playoffs out of the AFC West? Random topic.
Going to play. I think, bro, Kansas City might win the division now.
No, I'm gonna say Denver. I'm gonna say Denver still gets the division. I don't know why. I just feel Denver. They're healthy. I know. Surtain's a little nicked up, but Denver with their 8-2 right now, man.
And the
Kansas
Chiefs
City.
have 4 losses.
Yeah, the Chiefs got
And
4.
the Chargers have 3, and they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs because they beat
Y'all
them.
know I would have said the Chargers if the Chargers was healthy. I thought the Chargers were going to be the best team
I
in football.
agree. I agree.
I did. I really thought they were going to be the best team in football. They're just not healthy. But I'm gonna say Denver today. But I think the Chargers could challenge them for it, though.
I think the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs, another team that hitting their stride at the right time. Yeah, they did lose to Buffalo last week, but they're gonna lose to Buffalo. They'll lose to Buffalo in the regular season, but they'll blow them out in the playoffs or something, bro. So I'm not even worried about that. That was just the game that they had to keep them honest. But I think that they go through the rest of the rest of the seasons with maybe 2 more losses total, and end up winning the division, bro.
So let me ask you this. So you got the Chiefs, you got the Broncos. Do 3 teams out the AFC West make the playoffs?
Let me tell
Chiefs,
you. 1, 2, 3.
I don't think the Chargers make it.
Yeah, I think 3 teams make it out. I think 3 teams make it out
Wow.
of the division.
I think the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers still make it.
Yep, I do too.
I think those 3 offensive linemen down is just a little too much to overcome. And running backs, they're down 2 running backs. Even though the little dude that they got in,
Vidal, yeah.
Yeah, he's been all right, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough for them to make it.
I think Chargers still make it just because they're 6-3.
7-3.
7-3. Yeah, you're right. And then they play the Jags this week. Then they got to bye. Then they play the Raiders. They're gonna beat the Raiders again.
So I think they'll beat the Jags.
I think the Chargers get in. I think the Broncos get in. But I actually do agree with C. I think the Chiefs somehow steal the division again.
Tell me this: am I tripping, or has Bo Nix regressed?
He doesn't look at his efficient, but I'm not worried about it because they keep winning. So
They
I
keep
don't
winning
know.
though. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I think last year he surprised a lot. Like, I know you liked Bo Nix coming into the year,
Yeah.
but I didn't like him going into the season. He
Me either.
surprised me last year. Now I just think that, we think
People are now expecting.
Yeah, it's like I just think that's what it is with Bo Nix. But they're 8-2, bro. They're 8-2, so I don't knock them.
They're 8-2, and he hadn't been playing the best football. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's surprising. He surprised me, but I think he's regressed. A lot of the throws that he makes, that he tries to make now, they're not going his way than when they were going his way last year.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the only maybe if Pittsburgh can get their act together, because I think Baltimore is going to win that division too. I know we talked about it. Maybe if Pittsburgh gets their act together, maybe 2 teams only come out of that division. But even the Chargers already beat the Steelers head to head. So if it comes down to a tiebreaker, the Chargers going to get that tiebreaker.
So yeah, you're right. I think the Chargers will make. So we got the Bills,
the Patriots. Yep. One from the north, 1 from the south, and then 3 from the west.
Denver, Kansas City, and the Chargers.
The Steelers is the only thing that can stop them from getting 3 teams in there to me.
Yeah, I think it's the Steelers or the Ravens get in. I don't think both get in.
Man.
I think the Ravens for sure.
Yeah, I think the Ravens get into. I think the Ravens win the division. That's crazy to say that, bro.
I'm still sticking with Pittsburgh, but we'll see.
The Ravens have the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals the next 3 weeks, bro. That's crazy.
That helps.
Yeah,
bro, that is crazy.
Hold on. They got the Browns, the Jets, and the Bengals.
Yes, bro.
This fool's going 3-0 the next 3 weeks.
That's the schedule they would have requested if they could.
Yeah, and when you think about the Ravens, this is okay. You might say they lost to the Texans. That was a bad loss, in a sense. But no, they lost to the Rams, the Chiefs, the Lions, and the Bills. That's not bad losses.
Yeah.
But it's not college.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, I think when you look at that team and you say to yourself a 4-5 team, they're not as bad as you may think they are.
Oh, yeah, they're not as bad as because they were missing their absolute best player for all of those losses. So, I mean, all of them except well, they lost 2 with him, huh?
They lost to the Bills with him.
And they lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our last topic of the night, and then we're getting into our picks. Brian Daboll fired. Did he deserve to go? And if you were the Giants GM, who are you hiring next?
I don't think they should have fired Brian Daboll. And I know, like, I just gave Nico a hard time, but I just feel like they were turning that corner. Like, he has Russ sitting on the bench. He had Jameis Winston. He inserted Jackson Dart in there. They had Tracy. They had the running back that came from Buffalo. What's his name? The little receiving back. Singletary. But he inserted Scatterboo into that lineup. They drafted that boy. I just feel like, bruh, Scatterboo got a freakish injury. Dart's kind of banged up. But, like, dog, you saw the writing on the wall. Like, he brought those guys in. He actually played them. Malik is out for the year. That's not his fault. Like, I just thought that they had an opportunity to make some noise based off on who he drafted. So, I don't think they should have fired him. As far as replacements, you know, I keep hearing Lane Kiffin everywhere, bro. Miami, New York. So I don't know right now, but no, I don't think he should have been fired, though, bro. He should have been fired.
Do I think he should have been fired? No, but it's hard for me to. I don't like firing coaches, especially when they got a team of players that believe in them. I wasn't playing when I said I think Scatterboo and Dart were trying to save their coach's job. I think that they were. And unfortunately, the injury bug got him. I think that was the right coach for those boys. He believed in them, like Ig said. He inserted them, and they loved him for that. So they were out there playing for their coach. And when you have players that will play for their coach, bro, players will play above their ability. And you see that right now in Detroit. Those guys that are in Detroit were basically cast-offs. You know what I'm saying? But they love their coach, and they go out there and they play for him. You know what I mean? And they've actually become what he told them they are. And I think if you gave Daboll, I gave him one more season. I'd gave him one more full season with a healthy roster. Let's see what he can do with him. I would not have gotten rid of him just yet. And as far as replacements, I couldn't really tell you, man. Of course, like you said, I see Lane Kiffin everywhere, man. I don't see that though. I don't see them bringing Lane Kiffin in. You look at some offensive coordinators out there, maybe a Joe Brady.
That's what I think. They say he wants an NFL job.
Yeah,
that's what they say. That's what they say about Joe Brady. He wants an NFL job. I would hire him. I would take a shot with him, bro.
Yeah, if he doesn't take an LSU job.
No, but I think if he wants an NFL job, you mean he got talent over there. I would take Joe Brady, but I don't know if that's what they're gonna go with.
If he wants an NFL job, that definitely I think it would be a great landing spot for him. He has a quarterback right there to work with. He has a receiver. You have a running back. So you got all the tools you need to start your journey as a head coach already there in place. You can just start drafting offensive linemen. You're an offensive coach. Man, you're ahead of the game with those 3 positions already taken care of.
All right. Another firing that doesn't make sense to me. So Brian Daboll, you let him draft his guy, Jackson Dart, and he actually shows good signs with Dart, and you let him go, and he doesn't even finish the year. I really struggle with these GMs. None of this makes sense to me. Why let him draft his own guy? Why not just fire him last year?
Right.
And you hire a brand new coach that wants his guy that you know is going to be there at least 5 years. Like but at the same time, it's the same GM that let go of Saquon. So, you know that
He's an idiot. You're right.
it's just these things. It doesn't make sense to me. I actually thought the Giants, like X said, were battling, had some upsets. They looked better and better ever since putting in Dart. But they beat the Eagles.
I'm about to say they beat Philly.
And they could have beaten some other teams. They were in very close games. One funny ass moment. I think it was against Philly, if I remember. Jackson Dart got hurt. They pulled him out the game and had to put Russell Wilson in. Dayball lost it. Dayball. If you watch the freaking the snippet of it, bro, Dayball's like, hell no, I don't want Russell Wilson.
Is that when he went in there under the
yes,
was like,
yes.
Hey, fucking take him up.
Yeah, he went in the tent and said, I don't care if he's got a concussion.
Yeah. Fucking take his head up, man. Put his ass out the tent, bro.
That was hilarious to me. I can't get that out of my head. But I thought Dayball deserved better, honestly. You know, and like you see said, at least give him next year. And if the Giants are really looking a lot better, then you let him come back for the year after as well. I don't understand this at all. But I actually do agree. I would go after Joe Brady. He's proven it enough, but does Joe Brady like Jackson Dart? You know, does he like that type of quarterback? If he doesn't, you're going to find yourself back in the same situation Dayball was in. So, man, I don't know what the hell the Giants are expecting or what they were expecting to be different, but yeah.
That's my question. What did y'all think was going to happen this year?
I don't know. I don't know what they were expecting.
Like, what were their expectations? I don't get that. Like, I understand Brian Kelly. What your expectations? Super high. You didn't even get close to achieving them. Yes, you get fired in the mid-season, right? Nico Collins, you traded Luka. You traded Nico. I'm sorry, damn. Nico Harrison. You traded away Luka. You say that this year is gonna be the bomb or whatever. You got your defensive dudes in here. Y'all start out with like 3 wins. Y'all look terrible. Klay Thompson looks bad. Get your ass out of here. Cool, I get that. But what did you expect from the Giants this year? What did y'all expect that makes you say, bro, we're supposed to be undefeated. We should have won 7 games by now. What on your roster told you that?
They got a good D-line.
If that D-line told you they should have seven wins,
I will. Yeah, I'm with y'all, bro. I'm with y'all. I think Joe Brady. I think they all should have still had a chance. But that's crazy to me.
Nonsense, bro. Nonsense. No way they should have fired that dude, bro. I knew they were, but I don't understand. I don't understand why, bro.
They bought an LSU. Hey! Look at see. Oh no. Oh, what do y'all think about Cliff Kingsbury? I'm just throwing names out there.
If he likes Dart, I just think the next guy has to be a huge fan of Dart.
Right.
What about Mike McDaniel when they fired his ass in Miami?
I don't think he's a New York guy to me.
Yeah, he's too soft for New York.
I'm so surprised Mike McDaniel is still over there coaching, bro. If anybody was gonna be fired mid-season, I could have seen him.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry.
They fighting for him. They fighting for him.
It's coming though.
Them boys don't want no hard practices. Yeah, they fighting for them. A real coach gonna come in there and make them practice hard.
All right, let's get to our picks.
I'm terrible. The NFL, bro. I don't know. You can't make this stuff up. I'm like, bro. I think I went like 3-2 or 2-3. It was crazy last week.
All right, so the overall standings. Antonio's first, 38-23. Jasper second, 34-27. I'm third at 29-32. C is 26-35, and X you're 24-37.
Bro.
We gonna be next. Damn, boy.
Hey, bro. Hey, NFL, bro. That stuff is so tricky, dog.
Boy, you last in college too.
Hey, I'm catching y'all though. I'm gonna catch you this week with them 3 picks that you got.
All right. Thursday night game tomorrow night. The Jets at the Patriots. Jasper and Antonio got the Patriots.
Come on, bro. And like we laughing, but every Thursday night, I swear to God, if we all pick the same people, but they always lose, except for Denver last week. And Denver almost flirted with that too. But I got the Patriots.
Shit, I bet you the Patriots don't lose. The Patriots.
Okay. I got the Patriots. Everyone in the world does. They're debuting some great jerseys tomorrow. I looked at them.
Yeah,
I got to see how they look. I got to see how they look on a player first. Then I'll decide how it looks overall. But the Patriots should win. I mean, it's one of those games everyone thinks is going one way, so we'll see. All right,
Mike
next.
Vrabel. Shout out to the Titans, bro. Y'all tripping.
That was another dumb decision.
Some of these organizations, bro.
The next game, Bucks at the Bills. Jasper and Antonio got the Bills.
That's a hard.
Yeah, I got the Bills too. The Bills can't go down like that, bro. They have to shake back. Yeah, I got Buffalo.
Pause. That's a hard one. Hey man. We not catching no way. I'm going with the Bucks, bro.
Hey, there you go. See, I shout out to you, bro. I'm glad you went the opposite way.
Okay. Everyone's got the Bills except C, and I've got the Bills. I have to believe they're going to come back and rebound after last week at home. The Bucks, man, they're kind of like the NFC Chargers. They're just beat up. No Mike Evans. Godwin's always hurt. Bucky Irving's always hurt, even though he practiced today. Ibuka's been hurt. I just think it's too many.
Give me the Bills. Forgot about all that. Give me the Bills, bro. I forgot about all that.
Yeah, Bucky Irving is come back though.
It don't matter.
All right, next game we got the Chargers at the Jags. Jasper's got the Chargers. Antonio's going against his team. He's got the Jags.
Yeah, Antonio went against his team this past week. Tony trusted, man. I still got the Chargers. Chargers beat the Jags.
I got the Jags, bro. I think the Jags shake back. I think the Jags, like I said, man, I think the Jags got them a little something this week. And I'll go on the record. I think Brian Thomas Jr. plays, and he has a Brian Thomas Jr. type of game this week.
It would be nice for my fantasy team.
And Brian, too, I got to start him this week. Pittman sitting. I mean, Pittman, y'all on the bye. So he coming off the bench in my league.
The two teams that are on a bye this week are the Colts and the Saints, actually.
Hey, that's
I won't. Yeah, so we both win 1 week for once.
I get to enjoy football on a Sunday for sure this week because I get stressed out. I get stressed out when the Saints if the Saints lose. I watch it just because I watch football, but I'd be like, yeah, fuck all these dudes.
All right, so I've got the Chargers, but I've got zero confidence. Like, this is a game I'd stay away from betting wise because this is the type of game the Jags could win. And the Chargers they're at home. The Chargers are beat up. I'm still going to go with the Chargers, but no confidence.
No chance.
All right, next game we've got the Seahawks at the Rams.
Woo! Hey, this is a fire matchup. Hey, this is crazy.
And Antonio and Jasper got Seattle on the road.
You know, you laughed at me, Box Office, when I picked Seattle to win the division earlier this year. Yeah, you laughed at me when I picked them before the season started.
Yep.
But I did have the Rams making it to the Super Bowl. I said the Rams was going to the Super Bowl while the Seahawks, I can't trust them in the postseason. I'm going to take the Rams at home. I think the Rams will get them at home. I got the Rams.
I also have the Rams at home. Man.
But the Seahawks are good, bro.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is balling, bro. He's balling. Only person I could say probably is balling just as hard in the NFC is Matthew Stafford. I think he's balling harder than probably anybody in the NFL.
Stafford balling, yeah, he is balling too.
All right, so both of y'all got the Rams. Antonio and Jasper got Seattle. I'm gonna go with the Rams at home just because they're at home.
Right.
If this was in Seattle, I think I would go with Seattle.
Yeah,
I got
the Rams.
And I've been wrong about the Seahawks. They've been much better than I expected.
And the crazy thing is Kenneth Walker needs to come on, man. He's killing my fantasy team, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, send him here.
Bro, he gets the yards. That's the crazy thing. They get to the red zone, they like run everybody else but him.
Yeah,
bro,
that's what's pissing me off about the Falcons. I got Bijan.
Yes, they do that.
Bijan does everything, and then they get to the red zone and they want to throw to London or Tyler Algier. And I'm like, what the hell?
Bruh, that is aggravating, bro.
God, Bijan be pissing me off with that, bro.
God, you talking about that, man. I got Derrick Henry. And they get to the 1 yard line. They run fucking 41, whatever his number. His name
Justice Hill.
Yeah, Justice Hill. They get Justice Hill the ball right up the middle. But why is he even in the game on the 1 yard on the 1 yard line? And you got Derrick Henry. I was so pissed off, bro.
Even this week, I got CMC in another league. Does everything. Gets to the one. Brian Robinson gets to the one. It's just so irritating how much they don't care about my fantasy team.
Not at all.
Bro, I damn near traded for Brian Robinson Jr. after this past week seeing him. Is because they look like they want to give him more carries, and just like that, they want to give it to him on the one.
Yeah,
bro, that's crazy, man. So if in the off week, I can put that boy in.
The only guy it works for me with that I have on a fantasy team is Kareem Hunt. They literally only use Kareem Hunt at the one, and I literally start Kareem Hunt in a lot of leagues literally just because I expect him to get red zone touches, bro.
Yeah,
and he does. Sometimes his stat line sometimes is 12 carries, 32 yards, but he got 2 touchdowns.
Bro, he's actually better than Pacheco, bro.
He is.
I don't know why they even start Pacheco, bro.
They
them
love
getting Kareem Hunt back was the best thing they could have done for their organization.
I agree. All right. Next game, another fire division game. Chiefs at the Broncos. Jasper and Antonio picked the Chiefs on the road.
Man, I got the Chiefs. I know I said the Broncos are gonna win the division, but man, I got the Chiefs, bro. I got the Chiefs. I think they're gonna find a way to get it done. Give me the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. They like I said, they hitting their stride, bro. That little slip up against the Bills won't phase them. They'll go in there. And I think they probably pick off Bo Nix twice.
See, X, I don't know how the Broncos are going to win this division if they don't win this game. Because when they play Kansas City next time, it's on the road, and I don't see them winning that game. So they have to win one of those, and it has to be probably this one. I've got the Chiefs. Everyone's got the Chiefs, even if they're on the road.
Well, I think the way they win it is they can lose to the Chiefs and still win the division by the Chargers beating on the Chiefs. And then just win the other games.
Yeah, I mean, they could.
You think the
All
Chargers
right.
beat the Chiefs?
Yes.
Chargers beat the Chiefs once in Brazil.
That was before three injured offensive linemen happened.
Yeah. Chargers.
Joe Alt is a dog. He makes all the difference, bro.
He really does, though. He does. All right, next matchup. I can't wait for this game. I'm so excited. Sunday Night Football. Lions at the Eagles.
I got the Lions.
Oh, Jasper's got the Eagles. Tony's got the Lions.
I got the Lions. I think the Lions, they've been a bit inconsistent this year as well. But the whole AJ Brown stuff, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't like it. It just, at some point, it's like, bro, it's too much going on in the media to me. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions. I think the Lions, they figure it out. They get it done on the road.
So is that true? I thought that was just some bull I saw on Instagram. He said that crap about he don't know what's the hell going on in the organization. If he on his favorite fantasy team, if he's on your fantasy team, to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's all true.
Yeah, he said he's not apologizing for it neither.
Bruh. Give me that.
It might not mean nothing. I don't know, but just
give me the Lions, bro. I hate when players do that, bro. I really hate when players do that because your team's winning, bro. Your team's winning. I get it. Talk about that shit after the season. Start demanding your trade after the season. But if I'm your teammate and you doing that to me, now I got beef with you, bro. I don't like you. I wish they'd get you off this team. I actually don't think you're trying to help us win no more.
Yeah, you say you got the Lions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it either because they're winning, and I love AJ Brown. He and Mike Evans are my favorite receivers in the league. But you're winning. Imagine you switch spots with Jamar Chase. Imagine you switch spots. How about your ass goes back to Tennessee? How about they send you back to Tennessee? See how you like it.
You keep talking, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't like it. You're winning, like you said. Demand it after the season, bro. But right now, it is what it is. Do your job. You're winning, and eventually, a game's gonna come down to when they need you. So.
Yeah. And I can understand it. I could understand if you were losing. I really could. I could understand. I'd be like, I wouldn't want to be there either. Yeah, I'd be telling them, man, I don't know what they're doing. They need to throw me the ball. Y'all are winning, bro. Shut up.
Yeah, I agree. With that being said, I got the Lions as well. I think the Lions are better than the Eagles this year. I honestly thought the Lions would have beaten the Eagles last year. Had the Lions just not gotten beat up all over the defensive line, and they got beat up and they couldn't do anything after that. I think the Lions are better. They have less distractions. The Lions, bro, 1 week Gibbs gets the ball. The next week it's St. Brown. Next week it's Montgomery. Next week it's Laporta, and no one complains. Like, Jameson Williams this week got the ball. Like, they don't complain that Dan Campbell's made that locker room respect the process, and they're winning. I like the Lions, man. I think they have less distractions. Their roster's just as good. I think if they beat in the playoffs, I like Detroit.
Me too.
I mean, I had Detroit in the Super Bowl, so I'm still sticking with that. All right. So only Jasper's got Philly. All right, last game of the weekend. It's a Monday night game. I wish it was better, but hey, Cowboys at the Raiders.
Who Antonio and Jasper guys?
They both got Dallas, and by the way, there's a game in Madrid, Washington, and Miami. We're not picking that crap.
Bruh.
Oh, Monday?
No, on Sunday morning.
I'm taking Dallas too. I'm taking Dallas. See,
I am too, man. I'm not gonna be the person to pick the Raiders.
Hey,
Yeah.
fun fact: if I wasn't a Saints fan, I'd be a Raiders fan. I love their logo. I like their colors. I like everything. I like the Raiders. They're trash right now.
Thank God you're a Saints fan. So say.
I actually think it would have been better if you were a Vegas fan. I got Dallas, man. Yeah, I mean, come on, Dallas should beat Vegas, but Vegas is bound for a win to upset somebody.
I agree. I might switch my pick. We'll see.
They're bound to beat somebody. So I got Dallas, but yeah, I don't see it this week. So those are our picks for the week.
What y'all think about Ashton Genty's season, bro?
I think it's been good. I mean, I think when they've given him the ball, he's done well. He scored some touchdowns. I just think it's hard when you have Geno and it's like all the pressure's on you offensively. Brock Bowers has been out. So I actually think for a rookie, he's done well. I thought he was going to be a stud in the NFL, but I didn't think he was going to be Barry Sanders. I think some people were thinking like he has to be Barry Sanders. Like, no, he doesn't. Like, you can be a good, really good first-round pick and be happy with that career. Like, he doesn't need to be, Walter Payton.
Right.
I thought he would be better this year numbers-wise because I really literally thought he was the only thing they had over there. But Geno's been so bad, it's like it's hurting him, loading up the box. And they actually don't run him much. He doesn't get as many carries as I thought he would get at all.
Because they're always losing, and they got to start.
They always got to throw the damn ball. But, I mean.
Keep losing this week because I got Brock Bowers. Get him the ball. Oh, yeah. But let me get to my shout-outs, man. Shout out to y'all boys, man. Always coming through. Y'all know, look, once I get y'all, I'm going to bring the ladder. It's going to be right in the back of me, man. It's going to be right in the back of me. Bring the ladder out because I'm catching box office this week in college football. I don't know what he's thinking about. He'll call me and say, X, switch some of my picks. I don't know. Hold on.
We're just that good.
Georgia's not that good.
Look at him twiddling his thumbs.
Georgia's not that good.
Hey, Box, he's still my dog, man, for sure. But shout out to y'all boys, man. Shout out to all the teams around here that made the playoffs in football. I know the Vikings made it, see, so shout out to you Northside Vikings. Yeah. Shout out to LRCA, man. Y'all see last year with the Suns. We got a first-round bye. And then, we going to get it cooking. But shout out to all the teams. Carrick, Indiana this week. Man, that's going to be crazy. Back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to all them. And then after that, y'all know what time. It's time for basketball, baby. Hey, man. And y'all know what we do over here, see. See, you was a part of this at one point. You know what we do over here, bro. So be ready for that. But, another great show. Messing with your boys. Hold on. Y'all go ahead. I'm going to change my background real quick. Go ahead, see.
You just mentioned the X-Man. You going to take that ride with me to New Orleans, call the game with me, bro?
Hey, man. When you going? Friday?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know tomorrow morning.
Let me know, because that's gonna depend on that. If you go, I might go and do it, because I ain't even decided if I'm going or not, bro.
I might make that little trip with you, bro.
Yeah, man. If you gonna do it with me, bro, I gonna do it probably. I don't know. I still don't.
I'll text you tomorrow morning.
That's what's up, man. All right, anyway, man, you know me, my last minute shout outs. I was going to my family, Hunter, Morgan, Tori, Christian, Lee, and Edward. Daddy, love y'all. I see you in just a second. To my beautiful wife, I love you too. I see you in just a second. And the Pap House babies, Marcel Carter Bryant and Azaria Grace Bryant. Pap, love y'all. I see you all in just a second, even if it's just on my screensaver or some of these videos I got on my phone. But to the whole NBS crew, everybody out there listen to us and viewed us tonight. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all too. Peace. Catch y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Well, it sounds like y'all definitely not going to New Orleans the way y'all BSing around.
Man, Trump ain't fixed it yet.
But hey, man, another good show.
Day one.
Let's do it next week. The Saints finally won't take an L, so I'm happy for y'all. But LSU might, so I'm still gonna have a ball here next weekend. So I'll talk to y'all then.
Georgia's not that good.
Georgia's
Georgia's not that good.
We're gonna find out, my friend. All right, y'all. Peace.
Boot up and shut up.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Later.